Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever GameEscape QuickCast for Saturday, May 18th, 2013. And I thought I'd come on today and look back at the Xbox 360. We wait now in the gaming world for the release of or the announcement anyway, of the new Xbox, and we're looking forward to seeing what Microsoft has in store for the next generation of consoles. But I think it's appropriate to kind of look back on the Xbox 360 and take stock of what this system has brought to the table. And as I thought about it, it's actually a very, very interesting system insofar as it is a platform that has really matured over the years. And if you think back to 2005, its release, and today in 2013, I mean, this is, I think, really the first system in gaming to completely reinvent itself. And we think about, just from the standpoint of the services that it offers, if anyone has used the various video services, ESPN, any of the kind of UFC pay-per-views, Hulu, Netflix streaming, I mean, this is an incredible streaming device, and I don't think that in 2005 you could have imagined the quality that Microsoft was able to achieve with the streaming services. I mean, Live has I think improved measurably in these 8 years. If we just, even the interface, just the ease with which you could connect with your friends, it's still the best online gaming platform, certainly on a console. And you take a look at the sophistication of the store, the Xbox 360 arcade, the indie offerings, although they may not be as easy to find as one may hope. I think it is just an incredibly sophisticated platform, outshining the PS3. In fact, I think the PS3, the updated PS3 store, in a lot of ways is a step back, and certainly not as smooth and easy to navigate as the Xbox 360, in my opinion. In addition, the 360 has become really the clear choice in multi-platform games. I think the majority of the games run best and run smoothest on the new Xbox, on the Xbox 360. It's the standard. It's, to me, as a gamer, if I have a choice of picking up a new game, I'm probably going to get it on the Xbox 360 unless I read otherwise. And particularly with things like EA Sports titles, I think if you're playing those games, I think they just, to me, run more smoothly on the 360. And then you take a look at its just the graphical capabilities. Even today, the hardware is 8 years old, but it has really maintained a high level of graphical fidelity, and I think that's a credit to the types of components used in the system, the quick RAM, where it's still able to produce some fairly nice looking games. Obviously, it is aging, and I think it's a refresh of the home console. Home consoles is way overdue, but still, I mean, compare it to the Wii U, and it more than holds its own. In some cases, looks a lot better than the Wii U on certain of the multi-platform games. In addition to the software maturation, I mean, I think it's you have to give credit to Microsoft in a way for the hardware maturation. I mean, you think about the failure rates of the original Xbox configurations. I mean, there are all sorts of numbers. You know, I recall reading it was around 30% for the initial run, 2005 to 2009, and the incredibly costly warranty extension program that Microsoft had to introduce. To go from that to today, where the Xbox Slim models, at least in my own experience, you know, they don't overheat. You can play them all day, and you know, haven't had a single issue with mine. And I think at least that's the consensus with a lot of people that I know. You know, I think Microsoft deserves credit for addressing that problem. Now, obviously, the problem shouldn't have been there in the first place, and the Xbox, in that first phase of its life, I mean, was one of the most failure-prone pieces of consumer electronics, but I think it's a credit to the strength of the platform that it survived that, and now has become a robust, reliable system. Now, I was never into the Kinect, but I think it's worth noting that, I mean, this was a pretty interesting innovation to introduce later in a console's life cycle. And, you know, it showed that, you know, again, this propensity of the 360 to evolve. I personally did not pick one up. I used it once or twice, and it's just I'm not a big fan of motion gaming, but I mean, just the innovation and this the kind of interesting implementation of this technology showed that Microsoft and the Xbox platform, you know, was capable of this incredible growth. And you know, as we look ahead to the next Xbox, which will be announced on Tuesday, I think we have to acknowledge the fact that the 360 still has an important role to play in gaming, and I think that will be seen in how it integrates with the next Xbox. Is there a kind of continuity in the Xbox Live between, you know, the 360 and the next Xbox? And I think more importantly, how will the 360 die? Will we be able to use it properly well into the future, or will it be compromised by the shutting down of online services? I mean, if they take down Xbox Live, will you be able to save your games? You know, how will the death, and it's not just the Xbox 360, it's the PS3, it's the Wii. How will these consoles sort of meet their end, and will we be able to use them the same way we can use a Super Nintendo or a Sega Saturn? I think as a collector, I'm particularly interested in seeing how these companies manage this, and I think, you know, there's a tremendous amount of goodwill to be won by coming up with a way to allow players to use the Xbox 360, to use the PS3 indefinitely until there's a kind of hardware failure. I know I have a fairly robust Xbox 360 collection. I really hope to use it and enjoy it moving forward. So it will be interesting to see how that pans out. Xbox 360, great console. Tremendously enjoyed it, even though I picked it up a little bit later in its life cycle. And we'll see what Microsoft has in store for us on Tuesday, and see where the Xbox